of debate on the general principles of a bill for an act to regulate the manufacture, importation, distribution and quality control of fertilizer in Nigeria and for other related matters. Honorable members will recall that the bill was read the first time on Thursday, 5th November 2015. I now invite Honorable Gyang Stephanus Dung to move that the bill be now read the second time.
Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, I remain Honorable Stephanus D. Gyang, representing the good people of Barikin Ladi, Riam Federal Constituency of Plateau State. Honorable colleagues, I move this motion that a bill for an act to regulate the manufacture, importation, distribution, and quality control of fertilizer and for other related matters 2015 be read a second time. I so move.
My name is Honorable Gideon Gwani. I represent Kaura Federal Constituency. I want to second the motion that this bill be read a second time, moved by Honorable Gyang Stephanus.
There is in Nigeria today no higher population in the economic activity that is critical to our nation than in agriculture and farming. And in farming, fertilizer is one farm input, has been riddled with a lot of controversies. It is as a result of the abuse, adulteration, and all the things that have happened to fertilizer in this country, particularly as it affects our farmers, that this bill is being put forward at this moment. As a result of the need to streamline the usage, production, manufacture, and distribution of fertilizer, the federal government in 2012 evolved and formulated a comprehensive fertilizer policy. And it is this fertilizer policy that has led to this bill. And the bill is intended to address the very weak legal and regulatory framework that is currently available by the existing law. And the main objective of this bill is to ensure that we provide a legal framework that will regulate the production, manufacture, distribution of fertilizer in this country. Already we have two existing laws, and that is the National Fertilizer Board Act Cap 39, Laws of the Federation of Nigeria 2004, and we have the Fertilizer Control Act Cap F25, Laws of the Federation 2004. These are the legal frameworks that currently regulate the fertilizer sector in our country. But these frameworks are weak and inadequate, which has resulted in the flooding of adulterated fertilizers in our market. And the main objective of this very bill, my dear colleagues, one is to provide for mandatory requirement for registration of fertilizer manufacturers, imports, dealers, specification of all fertilizer manufactured and those imported and sold in our country. It is also intended that inspectors by the federal government should undertake periodic control of the fertilizer plants, ports of discharge, and market outlets. It provides for fertilizer samples to be drawn by inspection officials for laboratory analysis. The existing law do not provide for this. And it also provides for penalty to be imposed on violators of the relevant aspects of the framework. Such offenses include but not limited to plant nutrient deficiencies, misbranding of the fertilizers, adulteration, short weight, bagging quality, and failure to report and pay inspection fees. It also provides guidelines for paper labeling, payment of inspection fees, and requirement for fertilizer products to be free from harmful substances. I want to alert our colleagues on the justification for this bill. Like I've said, the National Fertilizer Board is already in existence, but this board only provides for the bulk purchase, storage and transportation, and fixing of retail prices of fertilizer to be sold by state governments. It does not create any offense or penalty for wrongful dealing with fertilizer. And although the National Fertilizer Control Act 2004 created offenses and penalties, they are only limited to unauthorized sales of fertilizer, default in delivery of fertilizer by contractors, and dumping of fertilizer in unauthorized places, conversion of fertilizer, and prohibition on exportation. So this new bill, which seeks to repeal the existing bills, will give legal backing to the national fertilizer policy, which is a wider scope that will comprehensively take care of fertilizer manufacturing, importation, and distribution, including quality control, to safeguard our environment. And the bill has also provided offenses and stiff penalties. Part 1 deals with permit or certification of registration, and Part 2 deals with prohibited activities.
Minority Leader, what is your point of order?
Now, Mr. Speaker, when you look at the bill before us, I have nothing against the bill, but the bill states that a bill for an act to regulate the manufacturing, importation, distribution, and quality control of fertilizer in Nigeria and for other related matters. First, this bill looks as if it's a totally new bill, and we have 2 bills, or rather 2 acts, that have been passed by Parliament. I think it should be a bill to either repeal those former acts that exist, then we cannot go into setting up this particular new arrangement. But where you are setting up, where you are putting out a new bill to regulate the manufacturing, importation, and distribution, might end up creating some level of duplication. I think, my colleague, the first thing we should do is to do the repealing of these 2 bills. Then we can go into this new enactment that is proposing. I believe that if we handle this situation the way it is, it will end up giving us some level of complication.
Okay, I think that position is very correct. If we have 2 bills covering the same area, the only option open is either to repeal them and reenact another one, so that you can look at those acts and see how to appropriately capture the heading of your bill. Please. So you have the floor.
Colleagues, I'm well guided, and to say that actually this bill seeks to repeal the 2 existing bills, acts, so that because it makes for a more comprehensive, to consolidate and provide for more sanctions against offenders. And having been guided by this honorable house, I would ask that the bill be stepped down so that it will be looked into by way of consolidating the existing laws with this very bill that is in the making. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Thank you, honorable colleagues.
Okay. Bill stepped down by leave of the House.